It's time for the One Bar and Lupica Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings.
Welcome to professional football.
All right, Lupigas here from the One Bar and Lupigas Show. The Minnesota Vikings strike again in round 4 with their second fourth-round pick. They take the big defensive tackle out of Baylor, James Lynch. So defensive tackle at first blush might seem like a pick the Vikings already set at, but what they need is that interior pass rusher. They really don't have that guy right now. The closest thing to it is Armand Watts, and coming off his rookie season, he's still a bit of an unknown, how far he's going to progress and what he's going to eventually end up being. You got to like what you see with Watts, though. He was pretty impressive last year in the small work that he did get. James Lynch, though, is who we're going to talk about, and he's got a very similar skill set. 6'4", 285 pounds. He's not going to wow you with his athletic ability, but he is a high-energy, high-motor kind of a player. He'll fight and battle every single snap of the football, almost willing himself through his blockers. He's coming off a huge season last year for Baylor, 19.5 tackles for a loss. He had 13.5 sacks last year and 41 total tackles. So this guy can do exactly what Mike Zimmer's looking for. He needs that interior pass rusher. He'll probably work the next year on a rotation with Armand Watts. Have these guys line up, especially on passing downs, to collapse pockets, screw up the offensive timing when they're crashing down on those guards and centers. So value-wise, this is about where James Lynch was projected to go off the board sometime in the 4th round. So the Vikings got a pretty good value here. Definitely not any kind of a reach. It was a little bit surprising. They went D-tackle with some of the names that were still on the board, but those guys are still here. So who knows if players like Jake Fromm, Amik Robertson, Tyler Biadasz are just going to keep on falling. But right now, the Vikings got their interior pass rusher, James Lynch. Expect to see him on the field rotating next year with Armand Watts to create that interior pressure, that 3-technique defensive tackle position the Vikings have been needing. He's not probably enough to solve it, but at least having him on the roster now is much better than what we had prior to this choice. So James Lynch is your newest Minnesota Viking defensive tackle from Baylor.